All right. All right. Would you state your name, please, sir?
Brian Anderson. First name is Brian. Last name is Anderson.
Brian Anderson?
Yes, sir.
All right. And your title is officer?
Yes, sir.
All right. You raise your right hand, please. You solemnly affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. First, a question. Do we have a copy of the citation? Okay, thank you. All right. Unless anyone has any objection, I'm going to admit a copy of the citation into evidence. And this citation was issued by you?
Yes, sir.
Officer? All right. Tell me the story.
All right, so this specific citation was issued on August 26, 2015. Previous to this date, I was notified by my direct line of chain of command that there's an individual holding a sign out on the sidewalk outside of the Breakfast Club off of 434. On the 26th, August 26, 2015, it was 7:43 in the morning. I observed the female holding the sign, which was in violation of Article 14 signs, who was affiliated with the Breakfast Club. I came in contact with Leah Manana. She was aware of the code violation. She advised me that she thought her boss had previously obtained the permit needed to hold the sign out there. At that time, her boss was contacted via phone, where the boss had explained that he had not started the process and he had not obtained the permit yet. At that time, she was ultimately issued the citation number PD-0243 for a sign not on private property as an attention-getting device.
And your understanding, she was someone employed by Breakfast Club?
Correct.
Do we know whether this has occurred again since you issued the violation?
I personally have not seen her since it happened. I'm also on night shift now, so it would be a morning, day shift occurrence.
Right. And Lee Manana is not here today. Did she receive notice to appear? Anyone tell me that? Yes, Mr. O'Rourke.
Yes, Your Honor. She received notice and requested the hearing. So we scheduled it for the next scheduled hearing, which was this one.
All right, but we know she received the notice.
She actually requested it based on the she was confirmed for this hearing.
Okay.
We didn't provide notice for 162 because these aren't done up
Right.
162. So on the ticket, it gives her X amount of days to request a hearing. She requested it and was granted the hearing, even though it was passed.
Okay, I'm just trying to find out how the date was conveyed to verbally. Was that by you?
By me.
Okay. All right, anything else you have to offer,
That's
Officer?
it, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm a little perplexed by this one. Breakfast Club has appeared before us before, I believe. They had added added to their existing sign without a permit, and were very upset that they would, as I remember, that they would be issued a notice of violation for that. Lee Manana, I don't know, I'm assuming is not the owner. I assume it's someone who's employed.
That's correct, Your Honor.
One hates to fine an employee for the sins of their boss.
There was some discussion about that, Your Honor, and it was determined that since she was the actual violator, the citation process was to the violator. It was explained that to the owner that if this occurred, they're putting their worker in jeopardy because that's the person holding the sign and actually committing the infraction. So there was discussion between PD and Code and the attorney about who to cite. You had also asked if it's occurred again since then. It did occur, and there was a police response with a different gentleman. In that particular situation, the property, or not the property owner, the business owner had initiated application for a permit, but had not come and completed the application or process by paying for the permit and picking it up. So he did that while PD and code enforcement were on scene, and the person holding the sign stopped until the permit was present and the sticker was affixed. But in that particular case, they had been prior warned that the determination by staff was that the person holding the sign was the one committing the infraction, and he was explained, the business owner, that he was putting his employees in jeopardy. He also indicated that he wanted the hearing today because he was going to come fight it on behalf of his employee. I have no idea why he's not here, because he's been very vocal with the city over this.
Well, I know he was very vocal on the last one.
Yes.
On the
he
prior.
came into the office the last time to get his permit, was extremely vocal, demanded a hearing. We said the person cited had to request the hearing. The person cited did request the hearing. They were granted this date. And then
Well, I guess my main concern is it seems that we ought to be citing the owner, the employer in this, and I don't know, frankly, without a little further research, whether that's something that's possible or not. In the meantime, I don't think I have much choice but to fine Miss Manana. I'm going to fine her $25. And I'm probably going to recite in my order that, well, it depends on what I find when I do a little bit of research, that perhaps in the future we ought to be citing the restaurant owner. My gut instinct tells me that we could issue the citation to the owner in the future, but that's something you may want to talk to the city attorney about. Because citing the individuals, as long as he keeps putting them out there to be fined, is probably not going to correct the problem. But right now, I'm going to fine Lee Manana $25, and we'll see what we can do in the future. All right, anything else we need to come before us today? All right, we are adjourned. I will prepare the orders and deliver them to your office.